Hi there and welcome to another edition of Scoreboard for the Echo. I'm Kelsey Williams and to my left I have Michael Deere and to my right I have Mitchell Morgan. Guys, Bear football's underway. They played Texas Tech on the weekend. What did you think of Coach Campbell's first performance with his new Bears?
My first impression, I was very pleased with the performance on the road in front of 60,000 fans. Coach Campbell said it well when he said, I thought the team had tremendous effort from the first snap all the way through the last snap. I was impressed with how they came out with the first drive, 18 plays, 58 yards. They only came up with a field goal, but with the first drive of the season being that long, that sustained, they converted a 4th and 1 at Texas Tech's 25-yard line. Overall, they showed great preparation, great effort, and really, there were some gutsy calls, too.
Yeah, this team definitely looked prepared for the game, and that's what I love about Coach Campbell. He seems like such a motivating coach, and the fact that, you know, they can come out and play and be ready for a team like Texas Tech in front of 60,000 people, like you said, shows that this team is probably going to be mentally prepared every Saturday for a team that we play in the Southland Conference, and especially home and away games. So it was really glad to see this team, especially on the first drive. You know, that said a lot about the team. Being able to drive down the field, not getting a touchdown, but getting a field goal still says a lot about this team that, hey, you know, we don't care who we play in or how many people are there watching us. We're going to play the game that we know how to play, and we're going to drive down the field, and we're going to score and use our weapons to our best advantage. And then especially going for an onside kick, like you talked about, that's just, you know, that shows a lot of courage and essentially something that, hey, low risk, high reward, okay? If we can kick it and get it back, we're going to drive down the field and score again. But it was just a fun game to watch. You know, it came up a little short, but I'm excited about the Bears.
Well, I really want to talk a little bit about Taylor Reed, the starting quarterback for UCA. A little bit of an upset, or a little bit unexpected, you could almost say, because everyone guessed that Ryan Howard would start. How do you think he performed against Texas Tech?
You know, I think he did really well. You know, he went 19 for 33 for only 140 yards, but he had, Desmond Lewis had 105 yards receiving. So when you have a big target like that, I think you're going to do good no matter what, because he can practically just throw the ball up, and more than likely Desmond Lewis is going to get it. He's a freakish athlete, got amazing hands. He's just somebody that, you know, we love to have on the offensive side of the ball. And Taylor Reed just showed a lot of composure, you know, definitely when it got down to like the 1-yard line and he snuck it in for a touchdown. So he played really well. I was really impressed with the way he played, and I think he'll get a lot more playing time than we expect this year.
Yeah, definitely a shock to everyone when we turned on the TV and there's Taylor Reed running the offense. And immediately you want to say, well, what's up with Ryan Howard?
Yeah.
I think the news we got, just a little nagging hamstring injury. I mean, he did play in the game towards the end, but Taylor Reed, very impressed. You don't have to look at so much the total offensive numbers. I mean, you are playing a bigger, faster team. He had 178 yards total offense. The big thing with me, 0 turnovers. That's what he had to do to give UCA a chance. Davis Webb, he was a great quarterback, sophomore quarterback for Texas Tech. UCA got 2 interceptions off of him. Taylor Reed, 0. He did a great job of just running the offense. Coach Campbell, I give the credit to the entire offensive staff for getting him prepared. Like, all right, I mean, they obviously probably knew a little ahead of time. Taylor Reed, he's had a good chance of starting this game. Ryan's got some nagging hamstring injuries. So they came in with him prepared, running the starting position, very effective at running the offense. Didn't do anything too special, but at the same time, he didn't have to be a superhuman that game. I mean, he just had to get the offense down the field. From all the drives, UCA had so many sustained drives in this game of 13 plays and more. I thought he did a great job.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Ryan Howard because he actually didn't start until 5 minutes were left in the last quarter. I think Taylor Reed, give all credit to him. He did an amazing effort. But Ryan really didn't give a chance to prove himself. You know, do you think it would have been different if they put Ryan in first?
Well, I did hear that Ryan, and you could see it on when you're watching the game, Ryan was right there next to Coach Campbell the entire game. When Taylor was in, Ryan was the #1 guy helping. He was listening to the plays. He knew what plays were going on. So at least he was on the sidelines, basically going through everything, just not taking the snap, being out there physically. I think that's great. That's showing confidence. Like, all right, you know, we might be both battling for the #1 position, but we're both going to help each other out. We're going to make each other better. I mean, he's going to get his time. Maybe the injuries, maybe this week. So
yeah, I mean, he'll get his time soon enough. I just think they're trying to play it safe so that way his injury can fully heal, because we don't want to throw him into a big game like that and then him get hurt worse. That way we don't have him through conference games. So I think they're just letting the injury heal all the way, and he'll be back soon enough.
Yeah, and the best thing about this is now you've played a very good team on the road. For Coach Campbell, boom, I've got 2 solid quarterbacks. I can go with either one of them. There's no panic. There's no freak out.
Well, next up for the Bears this weekend on Saturday is UT Martin. UT Martin went down against Kentucky Wildcats 59-14 this week, sorry. Who do you think's got this win?
Well, I watched that game thanks to the SEC Network. UT Martin came out pretty sluggish. They kind of like a Texas Tech. Kentucky started out quick. Kentucky's offense looked pretty good. UT Martin, though, at the very end of the game, and Kentucky's coach Stoops did say this in his press conference, that their last 3 drives, they scored on 2 of their last 3 drives, although it's Kentucky's second-team defense, but they did get some things moving towards the end of that game. Their offense, they like to throw the ball a lot too. They spread them out. They're a good team year in, year out. But I think the Bears have the advantage playing this one at home and after what we saw UCA play at Texas Tech.
Yeah, I definitely give the Bears the advantage this coming up weekend. You know, UT Martin did look a little sluggish during Kentucky game. And Kentucky, you know, I think they're going to be a surprise team. They look pretty good at home. Their offensive their offensive looked really good. And, you know, I'm not going to give them any credit for scoring on the last 3 drives. Yes, that was their second defense. But I think UCA is going to play really good. Their defense, they're just going to carry over for what they did at Texas Tech, you know, causing 2 interceptions plus a safety.
Yeah.
So their defense is going to continue to play good throughout the year. And I just think the UCA Bears offense is going to be too much for the University of Tennessee Martin Skyhawks to handle. So I think UCA Bears are going to get the win.
We have to stay tuned to see how the Bears and UT Martin go this weekend. But thanks, Michael and Mitchell, both for joining me. I'm Kelsey Williams, and that sums up another episode of Scoreboard for the Echo.